Hey guys, welcome along to the Roadster Rumble. It's Monday night, meaning the boys are getting set to rumble along for round 6 of season 9 tonight at the Angara Ring for a 30 lap enduro. Looks like we've got a big field of cars getting ready to race tonight, so we might pop down and have a look and see how the boys are going. They're in the final stages of their practice, so we'll head down to track and see who's setting the timing screens alight. Looks like we've got around about 40 cars tonight. Big field. It's a really tough track. Off tracks are going to play a big part in tonight's results. See the checkered flag now out for practice session, so the boys will be into their qualifying very, very shortly. Jack Boyd just heading out on his out lap. They've got 10 minutes or three qualifying laps to set a time. Early morning start, so the track will be a little bit slippery early on. Make setting a time rather difficult. Ourselves organised and set up here. Interesting to see how the boys set themselves up for this 30 lap race. 150 points up for grabs tonight. Jack Boyd currently on screen leading the Pro Class Championship. No doubt guys like Brenton Hobson, Lee Harrison, a few of the other boys will be keen to try and snatch a win tonight. Meanwhile, this is Ant Cuthbertson. Doing really well in the AM class at the moment, up with the leaders in that particular class. One of our new boys tonight, Aaron Obersteller. We've had quite a few join in the recent days, all keen to get out and have a run in the little Mazda, so I'll get a few of the names wrong tonight. Apologies. I'm sure you can send me PMs and let me know if I'm doing it all wrong. Coming up to the 3-minute mark. It's lap times typically around here, sort of 204s, 205s average, so whether they'll get the 3 full laps in the 10-minute mark, we're not sure. Might just turn that music off now. We don't need that. Crank up the car sounds. Meanwhile, Hobbo set the fastest first sector time. Jack Boyd with the second sector. Put up a track map and be able to keep an eye on where everybody is. Jesse Carrick. Oh, meanwhile, Jack Boyd's just done a 2:02.9. Quickly beaten by Lee Harrison with it. 2:02.9. 31 thousandths difference. Meanwhile, Hobbo's a couple of tenths further back on his first flying lap. Lap time's starting to come in now. This is Moz. Start to see some lap times coming in now. The tyres are starting to get some warmth into them. Tricky part, trying to set a lap time without getting hit with off tracks. Get an off track on your out lap during qualifying, or it won't count. Meanwhile, I'm going to be joined in the broadcast tonight by Henry. How are you, Henry?
Good, thanks, Greg. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. I was just looking at the field for tonight. It's quite a big field.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Hopefully everyone can leave each other plenty of room. Luckily, Hungaroring's a nice big wide track, so it should be good.
Yeah, the off tracks are really, really tricky though.
Even for the F1 guys struggled with it, so it'll be interesting to see who can keep it under.
Meanwhile, Hobbo's gone to the top. Just done a 2:02.7. Puts him on pole at the moment. Can you see my screen okay up over there, Henry?
Yep.
Hopefully is it clear enough for you, or?
Not quite. I am loading into the session to watch, so hopefully that will load.
Okay. Trying to playing with some settings here to see if I can make it any better, but that looks about the best that I can give you.
That's right. I can make out the names, so if I need to reference it, I can.
At the moment, we're still riding with Hobbo. It's about just over 2 minutes left of qualifying. Then we'll have a short 5-minute break for the boys to get themselves organised. This is the Cobra. Just as we join the Cobra, Anthony Connors, he's sideways through the turn. Is he trying to get down a decent lap time? He's currently down in 11th.
Like Jack and Hobbo aren't really improving on this lap.
Jack's gone 76 1,000ths.
Oh, he has, yeah.
A second quicker than Hobbo.
It looked like it can be nice and pipe between those two this week.
Yep. Kyle Ridley has jumped back in and joined us. Kyle used to race with us.
Yeah, I remember battling Kyle for Group 2 a few years ago.
Yeah,
Last year.
he's looks like most of the boys have finished their runs now.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do a last to first challenge.
The off tracks, as I said, the off tracks is what kills you if you don't get a clean lap in. Yeah, it's going to be a long way um, from the back with such a big field. I was just checking the numbers. So
Looks by the grid that there's 39 cars to start.
39, yep, and there's 9 of them haven't set times.
Be interesting to see how those guys go with strategy. I think Kyle definitely would have the pace to keep up with Hobbo and Jack, but whether to come through and catch him from that far back, I think he'd need a bit of a miracle.
Yeah, it's as I said, they've got 30 um, incidents tonight, so hopefully um, that gives them enough to avoid any drive-through penalties, but still going to have to be very careful. We'll just get the qualifying results up while we've got a bit of a chance. So it'll be Jack Boyd from pole, Brenton Hobson out of 2, Lee Harrison out of 3, Glenn Boyd up in 4th, Cody Harrison 5th, Moz Moroz in 6th, Adam Sharp in 7th, Ant Cuthbertson 8th, Damien Seeger out of 9th, Neil McKenzie 10th, Ray Harrison, good job, up in 11th, Anthony Connors out of 12th, Jason Lockie out of 13th, Phil Paradiso 14th, Billy Martindale 15th, Curtis Hodges in 16th, Darren Linus in 17th, Blake Rankin, one of the new boys, starting out of 18th. Over the page, Darren Sharp in 19th, Graham Ellis in 20th, Jesse Carrick 21st, Reese Belitho, Ruben Borst, Bard Rodkin, John Thorne, Luke Keamy, Adam St. John, Shannon Curry, followed by Glenn Hill, Michael Polly, Kyle Ridley, Ben Faulkner, Connor Nixon, Aaron Obastella, Tom Brown, Dave Gogel, Andrew Thompson, PJ Whiteman in 38th, and Jamie Walker will be starting 39th with the final 9 guys not managing to set a time.
See, Hobbo's just practicing his in-laps for pit entry.
Every little bit's going to count.
So it looks like it would be interesting if a few guys pit at the same time with that hairpin. If someone might have a bit more confidence to go around a bit faster, and I think if someone got sideways there, it would cause quite the pile up.
Yes, it's the opening couple of laps are going to be very interesting to see how it all pans out. They're going to have to, as I said, cold tyres, very early morning start. So the track temperature will be quite cold. Actually, we might have a quick look while the boys are doing their warm-up. So currently the weather is 22 degrees, track temperature is 23. So, yeah, that's very cold track temperature, especially in the little Mazda that has, it's not renowned for having the best grip on cold tyres.
Yeah, it lacks a little bit in that department. So think a lot of boys will have to be careful for the first couple laps, even just to try and keep it under them. Maybe pitting early and doing I wonder if you could pit early and do your tyres and get through that tyre warm-up phase early, and then see what you can do from there.
I think, if based on the previous enduro, I would be certainly looking at doing my tyre stop first, taking on roughly 11.5 litres of fuel, and then, because I don't think they'll use as much fuel tonight as we did in the previous one at BIR, so they're probably going to be 2 or 3 litres of fuel less on this track. So yeah, it's
right. So it will be. Do you think they'll do it on one stop, or is it going to be a 2-stopper?
No, it's 2-stop because they just won't have enough fuel. They can't get enough fuel in.
Okay.
Yeah, we might have we might have accidentally on purpose fixed that problem.
So the tyres will definitely take a lot longer than a tank of fuel.
Yes. So warm up is finished. We'll be getting the race underway very, very shortly. Starting to grid up.
Hi boys, welcome to round number 6. A lot of newcomers here tonight, so it's a reasonably respectful league, guys. We give each other a lot of race room where needed. We encourage the fast guys to
Damo, the race director for tonight, just giving some final instructions to the boys. Take it easy on the first couple of laps.
You've got to take 2 pit stops. On one of those pits, you've got to take all 4 tyres next, guys. That's on one of the stops, so 2 in total, and all 4 on one of those stops. Doesn't matter which one it is. Be safe, cold tyres, this car spins a lot. Watch out for turn number 2. Everyone's going to be on the brakes early. Don't worry about dive bombing, it's 1 hour. Just nice and slow. Let's just get it done, boys, and do the hard racing for the last half of the night. Good luck, guys.
Lights are on. Just about to get underway. That's a big field of cars, Henry.
That's scary to look at.
Looks like they're all getting away fairly well. It's about to come into the notorious turn 1. Oh, got a bust up at the back there. A few cars have gone around. Looks like they've got themselves all sorted. Oh, another one. Oh, that's a big one.
No.
Wow.
There's a void in the fence.
It's not Jack, so it must be Glenn.
Must be Glenn.
Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened. We've got... Just going back to see if we can... This is Adam Sharp. Oh, so
We just...
Adam and Glenn Boyd have come together.
Just a little bump and unsettled them both, and Adam got an extra hit for good luck on the way through.
Meanwhile, back up the front, Hobbo is leading the front 4 cars, which have broken away. Must be said, the opening lap carnage is sort of spread eagled the field a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of the race. There are definitely some guys who might be able to close that gap if there's some good battling. But Anthony Cuthbertson running 5th. He's doing an awesome job so
Yeah,
far.
he's doing really well. Jack's trying to get some warmth into the tyres.
He's feeling the morning weather today. He's definitely trying to not let Hobbo get away. He's got both Harrisons on his tail. Be interesting to see how they can work together to stay up there in that podium battle. Maybe be able to take it to these boys tonight.
Yeah, the middle pack seems to have settled down a little bit now.
Yeah, it looks a lot calmer through turn 1. Everyone's started to get into a rhythm, get a bit of temperature into the tyres and have a feel for what's underneath them.
Yeah. Yeah, the lap 1 red misters calmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
So on the opening lap, it looks like we've also had. This is Bard. Well.
That was just after Glenn.
Yeah, that's in the same area that Glenn.
Also, Glenn had the toe back, so he's going to have to pit after a toe. So it's going to put him right out of it now.
Yeah, though the good news for Glenn is that he can actually change his tyres if you tow on lap 1, so he'll get that tyre stop out of the way. The downside is that you can't put enough fuel in, so...
Yeah, he's just going to have to settle for a splash and dash.
Yeah.
Jack and Hobbo don't seem to be holding back today. They're just...
No.
If there's a gap, they're going for it.
So currently, Ant Cuthbertson's back in 5th spot. He's got Moz Moroz. Damien Seeger's a couple of seconds further back. And then there's another pack. Billy Martindale, Jason Locke, Darren Sharp.
Kyle Ridley's made
Kyle Ridley is up to 11th.
He's not wasting... I might have been wrong about him catching up to Jack.
He's a man on a mission, isn't he?
I think he might have been a bit disappointed about his qualifying and just let loose. He's like a team job too. He's got Ben Faulkner right behind him, so they're just pushing each other around and yeah, absolutely flying.
Meanwhile, it looks like Moz has got through on Ant Cuthbertson. This is the tricky part.
Yeah, it's quite a big gap he's got to pull back, so I think he's done it before this season, so there's no doubting he's got the pace. I think last time he got close, he was unfortunate with lap cars in the last Enduro, so definitely capable of getting there, just hopefully has enough time.
It's a long, I mean, we're only on lap 3, there's still 27 laps to go, so there's still plenty of time. Meanwhile, this is Tom Brown mixing it up with Michael Polly in there, Jesse Carrick, Adam Sharp. Adam's still running with a damaged car at the moment, so he's obviously
doing pretty well.
Decided to hang out there for as long as he can.
Yeah. Oh, and in he goes.
Yeah, it's decided that enough's enough.
So I guess after 3 laps he'll just try and do a little splash and dash, do the fast repair and do his tyres towards the end in the longer stop.
Yep. These are the boys currently battling it out in the AM class. Got Luke Keamy, Dave Goggle, Jamie Walker. front, it's still Hobbo. Jack's content to sit behind Hobbo at the moment.
Yep, we might just settle into that rhythm now, just save fuel. I think Hobbo makes sure he does everything he can to keep Jack behind him with a lot of corners and only one straight here. The toe isn't as valuable. So I think Hobbo's just doing everything he can to not let Jack get away early.
So hard. This track is so hard on, as I said, on off tracks too. So really just need to find a lap time that you're comfortable with, and yeah, just try and maintain that.
Yeah, and just make sure you're not overworking your tyres too much. Make sure you're in a smooth, consistent line and your temperatures aren't going to flail around all around the lap and put you off.
Meanwhile, young Jack is just at a 2:03. Ben Faulkner, there's a few boys, Kyle Ridley and Ben Faulkner in the 2:02, so they're definitely still gaining.
It's some serious pace in traffic for those boys.
It is, isn't it?
They must be doing something right.
Oh, although still very, very wary.
He'll be doing his best while in front just to try and save fuel wherever he can, and I think Jack's probably happy to follow, but knowing that he'll probably get past him soon and just try and push on.
So these four have got about a 5-second break over Moz, who has now so Damien Seeger has Damo's got through on Ant Cuthbertson. And still leading the AM class quite comfortably, so no point in getting too caught up with these boys.
Yeah, and Kyle and Ben right there behind too, so they'll want to get past Ant and push on with Damo. Damo might just let him go and try and ride their toe, save some fuel and try and jump himself forward a bit. It's like a 2-for-1 here.
Yep, so it looks like both Kyle and Ben have made it through. That puts Jason Locke now up behind Ant Cuthbertson, so that'll be interesting because they're both AM class drivers.
Yeah, it's nice to have two battles for the lead in both classes, so
yeah,
interesting to see if Jace can stick with Ant. He's been really good this year, so I think he'll be a tough one to beat today.
Meanwhile, I think you're right with Damo. He's happy to fall in behind the two teammates.
We'll just be hoping he can keep up. They are flying, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. Smoke there, bit of a lock up. Trying to push now, they're in the clear air. I don't think they've had any clear air this race, so.
No, we're coming from so far back. Yeah. Well, it looks like we've got a couple of crashes in the back. This is Aaron Obestella. I wonder what's happened here. It's in the number 9 car. Oh, that's Tom Brown. It's like just tried to get through.
Bit of a late lunge. I think you just struggle to pull it up on such a tight turn. It's very easy to do there.
Yeah, the track actually tightens up. It's amazing how sort of looks like a wide corner, but it tightens itself up, and there's really only one quick line through there, so
yeah, especially when you come in that shallow, it's really hard to carry any speed through there when you've got someone on the outside of you. You sort of just got to pull it up and chuck a U-turn and head back the other way.
This is Glen Hill trying to get out of the way of.
That's one way to do it.
It looks like he's managed to pull that up and stay out of harm's way, which is good. Looks like we've got another crasher further back in the pack as well. This looks like Darren Linus. Oh, Razzle Dazzle's done this. No, he's lost it on his own.
Oh, he's just carried too much speed into that corner.
Yeah.
So easy to do.
Just hasn't got the grip to keep it pointing in the right direction.
There's a lot of ground to make up now.
Yeah, still such a long way to go though. There's a lot of
much can happen, especially here. It's already showing that can catch anyone out.
Well, we've still got 2 pit stops, so I don't know. I suppose the front runners especially will be taking it as far as they can before pitting.
Yeah, try and do as much fuel while those tyres are going.
I think Hobbo will probably do similar to the last Enduro and try and do a different strategy to Jack, because it seems to, if it pays off, it seems to be the one thing that may bring Jack undone.
Yeah, and he's definitely got the pace to match Jack here tonight, so it'll be good to see how it all pans out in the end. We thought last week, last Enduro, that it sort of slipped away and lost the battle, but then we nearly had him side by side to the finish. So these guys know what they're doing, and they're going to hopefully put on a really good show.
Shows how spread out the track is at the moment, doesn't it? There's cars everywhere.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they start getting into some traffic. I didn't really catch too much last week, not really any battles, but I think with such a shorter track, it might come into play this week.
I think, and as you can see in the background from that shot, the sun is still coming up, so the track is still going to be fairly cold at this point in time.
It's still only 23 degrees, so it's still going to take some time to warm up.
I was tempted to go the other way this race, but I decided against it.
What's the other way?
I was going to make it hot track. So, so Kyle Ridley and Ben Faulkner have both pitted.
Oh, okay.
We've got a few boys pitting now, so let's we might bring up our little pit indicator and
so we must be getting close to fuel then. I think they would have burnt up a lot more coming through the field, so no surprise if they would have run out first. Be interesting to see how long Jack and Hobbo go for though.
Yeah, I'm sort of thinking that you're probably going to get around 10, maybe 11 laps if you're lucky.
Oh, okay.
Because your opening fuel was around 12.5 litres. Your maximum fuel that you can take on board is around 13.5 litres.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of doing the math, I suppose. So it looks like Kyle Ridley had a quicker pit stop. Oh, now the boys are coming up on some slower traffic. This is Bard.
I think they just got checked up a little bit there too, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out with some of the boys who have already pitted.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get a bit hectic.
You're just going to come across a few, I don't know if there's any battles, but just a couple of cars
So
rolling around.
Moz has maintained that 5-second gap.
Yeah, he's definitely got good pace, so if he can get a good pit stop in, he could find himself real close.
Got another crasher. I saw Glen Hill come on the radio, so I'm not sure what's happened here. This is Ray Harrison. Oh. So he's
Oh, I
come
just don't
together
think he
with
saw him.
Ray.
Ray was coming at warp speed by the looks of it. He's
Yeah,
flying by.
I think Ray's probably made a fair bit of ground there without realising. So our four car train at the front is still holding in there.
Yeah, Cody and Lee are probably having a great time right now, just watching them, following them and trying to save some fuel. Definitely be talking to each other, trying to work out what's the best way to get through this race and then decide who's if one of them's going to be on the podium.
Just watching that was Anthony Connors just coming through in 11th. This is Phil Paradiso, done a good job up in 12th. John Thorne, Ray Harrison.
Oh, very sideways,
Michael
Ray.
Colley, Darren Linus, Kyle Ridley, and the next one through should be Ben Faulkner. Yep. It's followed by Jesse Carrick. Oh, too wide into the chicanes, boy.
They all made it. Well done. That was good.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, Glenn Boyd is currently down in. So Glenn is down in 35th. He's showing
Still
him
on the lead lap.
Yeah. He'll obviously gain some of that time when the other boys do pit. We might stick with the leaders. They must be due to pit very shortly.
Yeah, I imagine someone's going to break here. Most likely Hobbo. He's been out pushing that hair away for a run, so he would be the first one to pull out. But also Jack likes to go a lot longer than everyone else. He seems to be pretty good at saving when he's behind someone.
Yeah, I think it'll all get down to the tyre strategy more than anything.
Yeah.
It's Graham Ellis just letting the boys through, doing the right thing.
Yep. Great timing too.
Yeah, there's parts of this track that you really don't want to get caught behind the lap cars if you can avoid it.
Yeah, it happened last week to me at Atlanta in the feature race when Jack came up to lap me. And I thought I had a good gap at the end of the back straight, and by the time I got through the chicane, he was on my butt. So I was in grass. I just got so scared how quick he came up behind me.
Oh, they're doing another lap, so this is the start of lap 11. So we're just over a third distance in now.
Well, they're doing all right. Must be a lot of managing going on.
Yeah. So Anthony Connors has now pitted this lap out of 10th. Well, this is Darren Sharp just letting Billy Martindale through and then taking it straight back again. Obviously saw Billy coming in at a rate of knots and decided to give him some space.
Yep, and he's going to hold the outside here. And we'll hold the position. Nice job. Oh, he's very wide.
Oh, he's managed to hold on to it.
Billy's going to get another run down here now.
Yep.
Oh, I hope they don't go side by side through here. Is Adam going to yield? He's going to stay there.
He's definitely trying to hang on, isn't he?
Really, he's not giving up though. He's going to try and get a run on him down to the chicane.
It's not a sprint race, boys.
1 So we just drop back a bit now, just following him, waiting for the straight, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to just try and save the fuel and the tyres.
Yeah. Let them push and use up all their stuff. You just sit behind them, wait for them to make a mistake.
Oh, this is John Thorne, back from his overseas holiday, currently up in 10th spot. He's got Kyle
Looks like he's
Ridley.
very refreshed.
Yeah, he's got Kyle Ridley closing in on very quickly. Kyle's done his pit stop, so Damo's now into the pits. The boys are going for another lap.
They got an extra fuel tank in there or something.
They must have. We got Billy Martindale, Ant Cuthbertson, Damien Seeger have all pitted this lap.
So it'll be interesting to see where Ant comes out, if he's still leading the AM class.
Yeah, because Jason Lockie did do his pit stop on lap 9, so Kyle Ridley's now jumped up into 7th.
I noticed that Ben Faulkner's fallen back quite a bit, so I wonder if he had a moment somewhere and jumped away from Kyle.
I think he had a slower pit stop, so I wonder if they did alternate strategies.
Oh, right. If
I'm
he's come out, Damo's come out just in front of him.
Yeah, I just wonder if so pretty much everybody but the leaders have now pitted.
I guess they're trying to get every drop of fuel out.
I suppose the longer you can go on the opening stint. Here we go. Oh,
Lee
no.
might get a penalty for that. Oh, not again.
No, not again. While the boys are pitting, I'm going to go. It looks like Jesse Carrick's so he's come out of the pits. Cold tyres. Have we got it? Oh no!
Oh, hi Ray. Oh no.
Oh, wow, Ray's having a bit of a shocker tonight.
His pace is good, but he's finding everyone.
It's yeah. So meanwhile, Hobbo's taking tyres. Looks like Jack's taking tyres this time. He's copying Hobbo. Meanwhile, Glenn.
Jack's just bolted. Oh, that was Glenn, right?
That was Glenn. Yeah, no good. So Glenn has done a quick splash and dash.
So he's probably good to the finish now.
No, he'll probably need to do one more stop.
I did see him doing tyres, so.
So wow, that's Kyle Ridley now alongside Lee.
And I said he would struggle. He might not be able to make it from that far back. He's done it in 13 laps.
In 13 laps, yeah.
What a drive. Like Cody's going to have his work cut out for him to hold on to this podium now.
Yeah, because Moz has jumped him as well in the pit stops.
Yeah, he's dropped back quite a bit. Seems like Lee didn't get a penalty for that pit entry.
He would have been very, very close.
Yeah. Would have been a lot of sweat sitting on that chair now.
So there's Moz. Looks like Ben Faulkner has just got through on Cody.
I reckon Cody will be able to follow him. He's definitely got the pace as he kept up with Jack and Hobbo and Lee in the first stint. So if Ben's got the pace, he could see himself back up there. Looks like this front field's going to punch up towards the end of this race now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like Billy Martindale's had a double. This will be on cold tyres, no doubt. Yep.
Yeah. He's just The fast sweeping corners are catching him out tonight.
So he's looped it. And then looped it again.
Oh, no.
No! Oh, Billy!
Oh,
Billy, no! Wow.
somehow everyone survived.
We really needed that song, Billy, Don't Be a Hero. Wow, that was spectacular.
Would have won salmon hats with that.
Certainly would have got style points, that's for sure.
Without a doubt.
Meanwhile, this is Connor Nixon, one of our new boys again. He's tracking down about a second behind Damo. Currently in 10th, Damo's in 9th. A bit of a battle happening back here. This is Reese Belitho. Got Jesse Carrick just in behind him. Dave Gogol, Andrew Thompson, Curtis Hodgetts, Neil McKenzie's back in there. Neil's currently down in 27th, so he's obviously struggling a little bit tonight.
Yeah, he seems to have quite a bit of bad luck so far this season. So be interesting to see how he goes if he can just get some luck on his side.
Looks like Jesse's try and get the move done at turn 1. Reese gives him plenty of room.
Yeah, Jesse will be trying to make it up as much ground as possible from that spin earlier.
Yeah. He's fair way down in 22nd. Oh, someone's got a lot of smoke in the background. I thought they may have blown a transmission there for a minute.
Yeah, it was a bit weird because no one slow or stopped.
Must have been a brake lock-up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all the boys up the front are starting to come up on some really heavy traffic now.
And one of those is Glenn Boyd.
Oh no, we've lost one of our front runners. Looks like Cody Harrison has had an off. Cold tyres. Cold tyres.
Oh no.
Oh, he's managed to keep it. Oh. No. Managed to stay out of harm's way.
Yeah, he's kept the panel straight so he can get back into this. I don't think he actually lost any positions from it.
No, it doesn't appear so. He's still down in 7th, so still within the top 10. So we've still got a group of 4 at the front. It's just that Cody's dropped down a couple of positions, and Ben Fook, Kyle Ridley's managed to get onto the back of the front runners.
It looks like now that Lee's put a bit of pressure on Hobbo, and Jack's starting to get a move on.
It's around about nearly a second between Jack and Hobbo at this stage, but this could be the part of the race where Hobbo's just trying to conserve a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, and Jack's getting a nice little tow from Dad up ahead, so
Yeah.
it's going to play into his favour now.
Yeah, I wonder if that was planned. Of course, Jack wouldn't be keen on passing the old man because that would put the old man a lap down.
Yeah, he might need him later in the race. He'll want to keep him there.
I don't think he wouldn't be in the good books either if he puts him another lap down.
Well, it looks like he's... Oh, Glenn's on the brake, so he's going to let him go.
Yeah, he must have already been a lap down.
Yeah.
So he's done the right thing there. Let the leaders through.
now he's got quite a bit of clean air, so I think it's just going to be a race of clean air until we go through more pit stops again.
Oh wow! So I was just about to say how well Connor Nixon was doing. He's come up alongside Damo. Oh dear!
He's just squeezed Damo a little too wide and just met on the line.
He's tried to maintain that wide line, and
I think Damo's just trying to do everything he can to avoid an off track there.
it's unfortunate, but 2 into 1 just doesn't seem to go.
Yeah, it hasn't worked much tonight. I think the best way to pass him is to set yourself on the outside and let them break a bit deeper and get that cross. As you enter a bit wider into turn 2, you can kind of carry that speed around, and even if you don't get clear, you've got the inside for turn 3, so it's basically a score deal like that.
Yeah, I haven't never seen turn 1 as an ideal passing spot unless you get the toe and you're sort of well clear in the braking area.
Yeah, I think the best way to take that corner is to make sure you've got at least your nose in front, just so you can sort of control the corner angle and get out the best way.
Boys are being very conservative through. This is turn 2. You can take a lot of this inside curve, but it looks like everyone's being very conservative.
Yeah, don't want to slide around on those tyres too much. I think there's a few corners where they do it already, so it's probably one chance where they have to just take it easy and let them rest.
Looks like we've got some more crashes. It's getting to that part in the race where you boys might be getting a bit tired.
Yeah, a bit hot and sweaty, little lapse in concentration and it's all over.
So that was Blake Rankin. This is Graham Ellis. Same thing, on the gas a little bit early. Hold on to it, G.
Kept it out of the fence. Nice job.
Good job.
I don't think he loses any positions out of that too, so.
Meanwhile, Kyle's just dropped off a little bit, just over a second behind the front 3, who are still nose to tail.
I wonder if he's back in his pace and he's just trying to save a bit of fuel, a bit of clean air to look after the tyres, to start thinking about the end of the race now. Or
Yeah,
if they've just got too much pace for it.
We're on now lap 18. The leaders are starting the 18th lap. Meanwhile, so this is on board with Lee. We've got a slower car ahead. It's quite often the problem when you're the lead driver too, is you come across the slower cars first.
Yeah, and the moment you check up, it's very easy for the car next to you, the car behind you, just to take advantage of that speed and sneak on past.
This turn is probably the hardest one on the whole track. It just seems to go forever.
Yeah, and it's so dependent on patience. You just got to wait until the cars come around and wait till you're able to point it straight enough to get on the throttle. It's so easy to lose the rear on the entry if you're coming too hot, and it's so easy to lose the rear on the exit if you get on it too early.
Another slower car up ahead. This is a difficult part of the track to get through as well. Oh,
Done well.
oh, no, he's done the right thing. Let the boys through.
Kyle's caught up to the back of him now.
Yeah, Kyle's on the back. We look out the back of Lee's car and Kyle's right there with him. Meanwhile, it looks like Kyle's teammate Ben, he's just going into the pits.
Yeah, I was just about to say, him and Kyle pitted early, so they'll have to... They probably don't have much longer left on their tank. So we'll probably see that Kyle have to duck off soon.
So if you pit now, you potentially will make it to the end based on what we saw the boys could do with 12.5 litres.
Yep.
But it will be a big fill. You'll be filling almost to the top. So it'll be nearly a full tank that you need to take.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Wonder if anyone who didn't take tyres in their first stop to make up a bit of ground might come back to bite them taking tyres at the end here.
Well, yeah, whoever still needs to take tyres is in for a couple of laps of heartache because you obviously got to get those tyres up to 10.
Yeah, and I don't think it's changed too much. The track's still 23 degrees, so it's not going to be any easier than the start of the race.
So Ben has pitted, he's come back out in 11th at the moment.
So that's the first one to pit for us to keep an eye on and see where he ends up.
So meanwhile, this is Darren Sharp and Anthony Connors in 9th and 10th. Ant Cuthbertson has made his way back up to 8th.
Still leading the M class.
Yep, still leading the AM class. Looks like Damo's still going, despite that damage.
Yeah, he'll probably pit soon, try and get that damage, fill the car up as much as he can, and just try and 10 to the end and see if he can find any ground and maybe crack a top 5.
Yep, pitting now. Good call. Meanwhile, at the front, the 3 leaders. So it looks like Kyle's pitted, yep. So Kyle's just leaving the pits now.
So he might come out.
We've got 10 laps to go. So it depends where Kyle comes out. He's just exiting pit lane now. He's back out on track.
Just in front of Cuthbertson.
So he's down in 6th. He's a fair way behind Cody, but Cody also has to pit again. So it looks like these 3 at the front are really fairly comfortable. They're over 10 seconds ahead of Moz currently. Another 10 seconds back to Cody. So yeah, there's
Yeah, it looked like they were tightening up, but yeah, just a tough race to manage and a lot of different corners, so catching a few guys out.
This is Darren Linus down in 15th. Darren's had a few spins tonight, but managed to stay out there. He said currently in 15th. He's 7 seconds behind Phil Paradiso up in 14th, and got a 4-second gap over Billy Martindale down in 16th. So Darren's having a bit of a lonely old drive.
Yeah, I'm guessing he has another pit stop to do, so he's probably just trying to push as hard as he can and see where he comes out.
Yeah, I think the field's definitely got still a lot of cars that need to repit. Meanwhile, we've got a group of cars. Curtis Hodges, Neil McKenzie, Glenn Boyd's in there just trying to make his way through. One of the new boys, Blake Rankin.
I think we got a few more cars in the pit lane this lap.
Yeah, so yeah, a few of the boys, we might jump back up the front. None of these boys have pitted yet, obviously.
They are nose to tail.
They are. I think
They
they're
must be close.
they're all going to try and throw a bit of a furphy.
So Hobbo tried to trick him in the last one. Came in real late, so it'll be interesting to see what Jack does. Not yet.
Not yet. No, it's too late to be diving across now.
Oh, Lee got the back of Hobbo and got sideways. That's going to hurt his run down the straight.
Lucky he's got a 2-car tow to help him along.
Yeah. If he's lucky, Hobbo can put a bit of pressure on Jack and slow him down a bit.
It's like one of our league stalwarts. The Big G, as he's known, Graham Ellis, has had a bit of an off here at some point. Oh, again.
Ooh, glad it's not me this week.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen that a few times tonight where I'm just trying to carry speed on such a wide track and just using each other up a bit much on the exits and coming together.
Yeah, it's always difficult because you're never quite sure what the car in front is going to do, and by the time you've worked it out, sometimes it's a little bit too late.
Yeah. You think you're able just to steer up and use a bit more track, and then next thing you know you're bumping off someone else and it's all chaos. It's a waiting game now to see when these boys get.
Yeah, jump
out
on board
there.
with Hobbo and whoa,
Oh, very deep.
very
Right
deep.
on the back. That's giving Jack a bit of breathing room. So if he's pitting this lap, he'll be happy about that.
I wonder if Hobbo's
Hobbo's
oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. So
Jack tried to trick him, but Hobbo was coming in no matter what.
and Lee has followed them in, so all three now into the pits.
Hobbo is sniffing Jack's rear bumper as they go through pit entry.
So effectively that
So
puts
now where's Kyle?
Cody. Oh, so Cody's in. So this is Kyle.
Quite a long way back.
He is. He's just coming onto the pit straight now.
And Lee Harrison's jumped them all.
Oh, they're back out, and Lee's. Yeah, so they're just leaving the pits now.
So Kyle's got some work to do.
I just hope Lee's got enough fuel. It's a brave man to try and out-calculate Hobbo and Jack.
I think he's been sitting so close behind him the whole time, he might have just been able to save so much.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he may have. Oh, Jack.
Jack's
hard on the
pushing
brakes.
hard.
Yeah.
Lee's gone. Like, they've spread out now. Lee's just
1.5
checked out.
seconds. Yeah, but they've got traffic. Still,
Yeah.
still 7 laps to go. They've got traffic, so.
Lake Rankin up first. Lee will be praying this goes well for him.
Oh. I might just leave it with you for 2 ticks, Henry.
Yeah, no worries. Still a nice lead for Lee. Quite spread out now, the top 3. It'll be interesting to see if they can close each other in. Lee goes quite a bit wide there through the second last corner. Might try and use up some of those off tracks he saved earlier and keep this gap from Jack and not let him in that 1 second toe. Come on, behind some lap cars now. Get a nice slipstream down the straight. You'll love that. It just depends how quickly you can get past the 2 of them. Lake moves out of the way. Or not. Like Lee doesn't want to waste time. He'll want to try and get past him here. Oh, Blake doesn't want to let him through. Nice drive there by Lee. Gets the job done. Didn't lose too much time, but definitely let Jack in a little closer. Hopefully, for Lee's sake, Jack can hopefully catch him at a bad time and get caught up. But we do want to see these guys battle to the win, so interesting to see if they catch each other before the end. Hobbo's definitely got some work to do now back in 3rd. Oh, there are lap cars everywhere now. It's quite scary. So Lee's through, Jack's just behind, and the 2 lap cars are currently side by side, but Jack's just split them and moved himself through. So now it's just eyes forward, try and catch that orange missile out in front. Hobbo now also making his way through the lap traffic. 1 down, 1 to go.
Sorry about that, Henry.
No, you're alright. You missed a lot while you were gone.
What's that?
The lap cars coming through. Jack split 2 of them, and Lee passed them just in time. He's kept that lead just over a second.
Looks like Hobbo's been badly caught out though.
Yeah, I wonder if he's doesn't have enough fuel either. He did hit his torque button, but I didn't hear him say anything while he was pitting, so I wonder if something happened. He's made a mistake somewhere and now he's just trying to hold on to a podium.
Yeah, he's quite slow. Maybe he's looking for someone to give him a tow.
Waiting for someone to come out of pits in front of him. Been a stellar drive from Lee this week.
Just on 5 laps to go. Got Lee Harrison out in front, Jack Boyd in 2nd, Hobbo still holding 3rd, Kyle Ridley another 5 seconds back in 4th, followed by Moz Moroz. Ben Faulkner currently in 6th, Cody Harrison still in 7th. Connor Nixon is up to 8th. Damien Seeger is 9th. Darren Sharp in 10th. And Anthony Connors currently up in 11th spot. Ant Cuthbertson still leading the AM charge. We've got Jason Locke about 7.5 seconds behind him. Looks like we've only got about 8 cars on the lead lap at the moment.
Jeez, they're flying today.
It's like Blake Frank has had a bit of a mishap. It's just out of the pits too, so I wonder if he's done a late tyre change like we talked about.
And he's been caught out. Oh, and someone's gone off in front of him too.
Yeah, it's
One of the Stone Cold boys.
meanwhile Hobbo's about 4.5 seconds back on our 2 leaders now.
Be interesting to find out what has happened. If he's just a bit worn out after the race and he's just can't quite keep up with these two.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd, doesn't it? That they come up on traffic and then he sort of dropped back, so it could be fuel related, like you said. More lapped traffic to get through.
This is going to get interesting here. Is it 3 cars up ahead?
Yeah, there's 4 cars in total.
All right.
That's Dave Gogol, Andrew Thompson.
Well, it's led by Ray Harrison, so Lee will be praying for some help here.
Lee will be on the phone. Lee will definitely be on the phone to the old man. Get out the way.
Block Jack, not me.
And don't give Hobbo a tow.
Okay, first one out of the way, nice and early. That's Dave. Done an awesome job.
It looks like
Next is Andrew Thompson.
Hobbo's dropping back. He's over 5 seconds behind now. There's definitely something wrong with. He may have. I wonder if he's got equipment issues.
Yeah, if his wheel's playing up. I'll quickly jump on Twitch and see what's happening. If you think he's
Yeah, jump onto his Twitch channel, see if he can get us an update. Meanwhile, it's still Lee out in front. About 6/10 on Jack.
Oh, and Ray pitted, so he won't have that help.
Oh, it's Andrew Thompson. Moved out the way. Don't think Jack's got time to mess around. Get through.
No,
up
Lee's
here.
holding him off pretty well. He's definitely going to have to put in some good laps to get on the back of him.
Looks like one of our other newbies. This is PJ Whiteman. Looks like he's had it coming together. It's Ray Harrison in front. No, lost it on his own. It's really catching the boys out tonight. That turn especially seems to be not favoured. Oh, Jack
I
got-
just heard back from Hobbo on Twitch.
and
So he had a problem unselecting fuel, so he has a ton of fuel in the car. And
oh,
he's had problems all night with his pit limiter, so his pit entry and pit exit has been a bit hit and miss, so not a good night. Got stuck with traffic on his outlap too, so prayer for Hobbo, just hasn't had any luck tonight.
no, especially if he's carrying the amount of fuel you carry in these cars makes a ton of difference.
Yeah, as soon as you put fuel in it, it becomes a pig to drive. You
Yeah.
are super heavy and just doesn't want to get around the corners anymore. I mean, Jack must be hiding something because he's just sitting back at the moment.
I suppose the other thing to remember too is remember we commented when they did pit that Lee was out first. So does Lee have enough fuel? There's about 2 laps to go. 2.5 laps to go at the stage, so it's going to be very interesting. Just jump back and have a look at Ant Cuthbertson, currently leading the AM class.
I wonder if Lee wants to talk right now.
Well, last week I was his spotter for him, and he said it helped, so I won't give him that advantage this week.
Yeah, as I was watching the stream back here, you two seem to work pretty well together. He was flying.
So there's Jason just coming onto the straight now. So Ant Cuthbertson's got about 2/3 of the straight lead. He's coming up on the back of Anthony Connors.
He's done well, Jace, just hang there in second. Like I said at the start, Ant's been doing these guys this season in the M class, so it's definitely a good effort for Jace to hold on for second. He's been super consistent today. I don't think I've seen him spin or anything.
It looks like John Thorne's currently holding down. Oh, as I say that, he's just been passed by his teammate. He now moves up into third in class.
That Discord must be going off right now.
So they're on the...
2 to go.
Yep.
Or is it last lap?
No, they're on lap 29 now.
So 2 to go. Go, Lee,
2 to go. Meanwhile, looks like Shannon Curry had a bit of an off here. It's run wide. Oh, he's a bit... Oh,
no.
Just got
he tried to do a switch and they just met the same blade. Luckily, he didn't lose too much time there. He was able to just turn it back and get back on it.
Yeah. So Jack's just over a second behind at the moment, so looks like Hobbo's going to hold on to third comfortably. He's still 5 seconds ahead of Kyle.
Yeah, it looks like he's just dealing with traffic at the moment, so just working his way through them. I think he knows that he sort of is where he is now. There's not a whole lot he can do to change it. Just making sure he gets there. Probably hasn't got an incident since he came out of pits. Or race, not on top of.
So, look, Cody Harrison has just ducked back into the pits as well. I wonder if it's either a drive-through for too many incidents, or he also ran a bit low on fuel.
I hope him and Leon on the same strategy.
That's what I'm curious.
1 lap to go. Run, Lee. He doesn't have to do much. He's kept Jack at bay this whole time, so I think it's Jack who needs to pull something out of the hat here if he's going to catch him.
Yeah, as long as the lap traffic doesn't get in the way, he should be fine.
It's all that sim time he gets at Pro Karts Paraka.
It is. Yes.
Paying off. You get down there enough, you'll be able to beat Jack Boyd.
I think Lee was telling me he's been giving Ray a few lessons, and Ray actually did really well last week. Won his first race in the AM class, so...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if anyone's out there and wants a few tips, head out to Pro Karts at Paraka. You got Cody and Lee out there. I'm sure the boys will throw you in a sim and give you a few lessons. Be money
Awesome.
well spent.
It was $15 for 30 minutes on the sim. Was that?
Yeah.
Was on
yeah.
Facebook, really? That's awesome.
So they're heading about halfway through the last lap. Lee's come up.
He's pulling back.
Yeah, Jack's dropped back about 1.5 seconds. It's Neil McKenzie, I think, in front of Lee. So
It'll be hard to blow it for now. Cody must have made his annual mistake for him, so he's just had a perfect race.
about to come around and get the checkered flag.
What an awesome result. I can't wait to hear about strategy and what was going through his mind when he came out of pits.
Coming down to the line now. So it's Lee across the line first. Jack home in second.
I wonder if Jack ran out of fuel. He was not going very fast across the finish
No,
line.
1.9 at the end. And then Hobbo, another nearly 8 seconds further back. Then Kyle Ridley.
A drive by Kyle from 31st, I think it was.
Great effort. Moz, very consistent all night. Comes home in 5th. Ben Faulkner will grab 6th spot. He's just waiting to... just waiting on Ben.
Yeah, quite a few lap cars coming through.
Yeah. I think this is Ben now. It'll just, yep, cross the line.
Yep.
Another 14 seconds back to Connor Nixon. Another good drive. Brings home in 7th.
Yeah, great recovery from, I think he had a spin earlier, didn't he? When he came out of pits.
Yeah.
Great recovery for a top 10.
Cody Harrison should bring it home in 8th. There's Cody. Damien Seeger home in 9th.
That was a nice battle for that spot.
Darren Sharp rounds out the top 10.
From 11th.
Yeah. Cobra
And then
Connors.
Ant just won through to win AM class in 12th.
Yes, and Cuthbertson, first of the Am boys, home in 12th, followed by Jason Lockie in 13th. Michael Polly will grab 3rd in the Am class, home in 15th. Closely followed by John Thorne. Well, that was an interesting race.
Yeah. There was lots going on everywhere.
It was, wasn't it? Pretty hard to keep up.
In the meantime, Lee was just putting on a masterclass. Took it to the big boys.
Certainly did a good effort. Very consistent across the whole race.
Yeah, he's been knocking on door all season. He's been just sitting there in 3rd, and a couple of things haven't gone his way at certain times. It's just hasn't had the chance to be there. But he showed as soon as he can be there, he can take it to him.
So, the final results: Lee Harrison home first, Jack Boyd second, Brenton Hobson home in 3rd, Kyle Ridley in 4th, Moz Moroz 5th, Ben Faulkner 6th, Connor Nixon 7th, Cody Harrison 8th, Damien Seeger home in 9th, Anthony Connors home in 10th, so that's a bit of a shuffle. Ant Cuthbertson 11, Jason Locke in 12th, Aaron Obastella gets home in 13th, Michael Polly in 14th, John Thorne 15th, Darren Linus, Billy Martindale, Darren Sharp home in 18th. Go over the page. Phil Paradiso home in 19th. Good drive from Phil. Reese Belitho home in 20th. Then followed by Neil McKenzie 1 lap down. Curtis Hodgetts, Andrew Thompson, Ray Harrison, Dave Gogol, Ruben Borst, Glenn Boyd, who didn't really recover from that from the lap 1 incident. Followed by Adam St. John, Shannon Curry, Jesse Carrick, Tom Brown, Bard Rodkin, PJ Whiteman 2 laps down, Luke Keamy, Glenn Hill 4 laps down, Blake Rankin home in 36, 6 laps down, and Graham Ellis, Adam Sharp, and Jamie Walker home in 39th spot. It's like
And we've already been joined by our podium.
We've got the boys in the podium, so we might just quickly. So, yep, we've been joined by all three. Hobbo,
Hello, how you going?
Good. What, pit stops don't agree with you, or?
No. I'm a little bit cursed in this friggin' car. I don't know what it is. It's not the first time that's happened, but I couldn't stop the fuel. Had way too much fuel, and I couldn't engage and disengage my pit limiter properly either. So I'm driving down out of the pits with the pit limiter on, which wasn't ideal. But all that being said, take nothing away. I don't think I would have been able to go with those guys at the front, particularly Lee. He was rapid. He was so good tonight, and it was awesome to see him get a win.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change from the normal. Young Jack's with
It
us.
shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, Greg. It shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, we're so used to Jack getting the chocolates that it's always nice to see someone manage to spoil that. But Jack, how did you go in the race?
Yeah, nah, had nothing tonight. I don't know. Lee was just too good, I think. I was sort of there. I had to save. I was sort of counting on us coming out in a pack for the last stint, and yeah, just didn't really have enough fuel to push for the last 4 or 5 laps. So, but take nothing away from Lee. He was way too quick for me tonight. To even keep up with him, I would have been running out of fuel half lap earlier. So. No, good job to him. It's been a long time coming, I think. He's been there or thereabouts, especially since VIR. So, congrats to him. Too quick.
And Lee, you managed to jump the boys in the final pit stop, and that was all she wrote. You were long gone.
Yeah, look, those two boys did an epic job out front. Unfortunately, one of us three had to be pushing the air at the front, and Brenton took the first stint, Jack took the second stint, and I was lucky enough to have the shortest pit stop ready to go for the third stint. So I think, I got out about a second and a half in front of Jack, and I think I still got lucky with a couple of lap drivers just parking in probably not the most ideal spot. But yeah, I've said a few meetings ago that this was going to be the track that I would love the most, and here we are standing on top.
So this is definitely one of your favourites, even with the off tracks.
Yeah, I didn't even rack too many up, to be honest. I think I ended up on 7, but I'll take that every day of the week, considering some of the other tracks that we've been to. So yeah, if you want to make Hungara ring every track next season, that'd be nice.
And Hobbo, how many off tracks did you end up with tonight?
I ended up with 0.
So you're going to grab the 10-point bonus, aren't you?
Yeah, it was in my mind from the start because it was a tough track. I went out in practice and I was like, "Where's the grip? And where's the between the white lines?" Because it was just off track, like in the straights. It was that bad. So I made a commitment pretty early to be underdrive it as much as I could and see if I could get the 0 incidents tonight. And I was very slow and cautious in that first stint, intentionally. I didn't think the guys behind it attacked, so I just took it real easy. And then in the second one, I sort of had to go for it a bit because Jack went, "Buggy, we'll actually try and put some lap times in." So then I had to go, and I was like worried. And then after all the dramas at the last pit stop, I was like, "Well, I'm not going to catch them, so I'm just going to roll out, run a half a second off the pace I can do or more, and just not get any for the end of the race and lock in the bonus points." So yeah, well, I'm happy with that. That was good.
Yeah, that's that is an amazing effort. This track just seems to give you off tracks. Doesn't matter where you are.
You're right, yeah. And I think I might have driven here once before in something, a GT car, I think, actually, of all things. But I don't know that I've ever driven here again in anything else. And I couldn't remember what the track limits and stuff were like. And I was very quickly made aware of how bad they were in practice. So they're pretty violent around here. It's really easy to pick them up. So you could get sort of 3 or 4 in a lap without too many problems.
And Jack, how many did you score tonight?
Yeah, I had 0 as well.
Oh!
It's yeah. I thought Hobo would be onto it because he loves that sort of stuff. So yeah,
I saw you jumping curbs chasing me. I was like, nah, surely he's racked up a couple.
nah, had 0.
Cheat
Wow.
codes enabled. That's what I reckon.
Well, yeah, I mean, so much for thinking that. That's why I put the bonus up. I didn't think anybody could actually achieve it, but well done to all three boys, actually. Anything under 10 on this track is a really good effort, especially when you're up the front like that. Yeah, that's crazy. So well done, boys. All right, let's do some thank yous. Start off with Hobbo, third place.
Yeah, just all the usual stuff. Thanks to all the guys that were out on track tonight. Everyone, there was a few new faces tonight, so that was good to see. And obviously to the other guys here on the podium, particularly Lee, because that's a mega drive tonight. That was really impressive to get that win there. And thanks to everyone who's involved with the league and gets us something to do here on a Monday night to enjoy ourselves, and to yourself for broadcast and all the sponsors and whatnot that are attached to the series.
And Jack.
Yeah, I'll just quickly say well done to Lee. It was I know after the last Enduro, he was sort of spewing a bit because he was fast there as well. But no, it was a mega drive tonight, a genuine, fast, strategic win. So no, well done to him. It's good to see him get the win. I think it'll be good for him for the rest of the season as well. And yeah, just yourself for the broadcast. This will be one to go watch, I think.
And Lee.
Yeah, just everyone on track. Like Brenton said, a few new faces, so that was good to see them adjusting to the league and how we all race, and everyone behind the scenes that puts in the time and effort to make it all happen and do the broadcast and make us look like we know what we're doing. And to the two other guys, Jack and Brenton, for some awesome racing, and of course Pro Karts Race Centre for the use of a sim, because otherwise I'd be struggling to make it on every Monday night by the time I finished work.
Good stuff from all three of our podium places tonight. I think this format is certainly something that we're going to take a good look at for next season for sure. There'll be some big announcements for season 10 very shortly. I'm going to take a holiday first, first one in 4 years, but yeah, season 10 there will definitely be some big announcements. So hopefully everybody sticks around for that. And yeah, good effort tonight, boys. And hopefully we'll catch everyone again next week for round 7, which is from Hobbo's, one of Hobbo's favourite tracks, actually, from Mid Ohio. So I'm sure he'll
Oh,
bounce
Nelly.
back. he'll be excited for that. And a big shout out and a big thank you to Henry Fenson for jumping in tonight. Henry, thanks again. Always love commentating with you on board. Makes the job so much easier. So thanks again for going the racing and jumping in and helping out on the commentary tonight.
Thanks for having me. It was another good race to watch. So be good to sit here for the rest of the season, maybe, and just watch it out. Watch these boys battle each other week in, week out, and I'll try and learn what I can from them.
Yep, no, that sounds good. All right, until next Monday night when we're at Mid Ohio for the last. No, sorry, with our last 2 rounds are both sprint rounds. So back to the 3 race format next week at Mid Ohio, and then the last round will be at Aragon, which is no one's favourite track because we've never raced there before. So look forward to bringing you the last 2 rounds of season 9 till next week. Yep, take it easy, enjoy your sim racing, and we'll catch you same time next week. Thank you.